Doing this could be harming your espresso machine. People wonder whether you should use regular tap water in your coffee or espresso machine at home. The answer to that question is no. But is it worth it to buy a system like this, the Jimmy R9 water filter? Or could you use a regular water filter instead? Well, let's dive in. Let's test this R9 water filter out. Let's see how it performs, test the claims that it makes, and if they're accurate. I'll also show you one unexpected use for your home. Now, to answer the first question, why shouldn't you use tap water in your espresso or your coffee machine? Well, first, that's the recommendation by all coffee machine manufacturers. Filtered water is known to improve the taste of your coffee, but it can also remove minerals, chlorine, and other imperfections that are found in tap water. Using tap water can diminish the lifespan of your coffee machine, and it can make descaling needed a lot more often as well. Now, the R9 claims to remove heavy metals, chlorine. It has a UV light as well, which can keep the water fresh. One thing it features prominently on the display is the TDS meter. This stands for Total Dissolved Solids. Now, what exactly is that? Some of what we already mentioned, which is found in tap water like calcium, magnesium, and more. Stuff you really shouldn't be drinking. Again, you should get some type of filter and use that when refilling your espresso machine. But is it worth it to spend the money on something like the R9? So to begin, let's put this machine to the test and go over some of its features. Alright, so to begin, we have the main water tank. This is where all of your tap water goes before it's cleaned out. Comes off pretty easily. I'm a little bit concerned about this handle. It seems sturdy, but because it looks like most of the pieces here are plastic, I hope it doesn't break off over time. As you saw, it pops out really quickly. Over here at the top, 3 separate water filters. My refrigerator, which also has a water filter, has 1 of these, about the same size, and again, just 1. Kind of nice that there's 3 here. Probably would last a lot longer before you have to replace these out, so that's nice. The R9 filter also comes with 2 of these. It always stays full, so for example, if I were to pour myself a glass of water, just pop it back in, and it'll automatically start filling up. Once this is full, you can actually take this and put it in the fridge and then pop the other one back in. So that way you always have filtered water that's readily available, and you have another one that's in the fridge for cold water as well. Now, how long does it take to fill up? Let's go ahead and see. Let's pop in this empty one. While it's filling up, you can see that there's a UV light there. Helps keep the water clean. Alright, so that took about 5 minutes. I'll post the actual time when I look back at the recording, but not bad, especially considering that you're not always just watching it fill up. You empty out a little bit of water and then you put the container back and come back later. Minor downside, this is a coffee page, so we're using it for our coffee machines. We mentioned you should definitely use some kind of filtered water. This is a tank from the Hybrew H10 Plus. Both tanks full do fill up the entire water tank, but it does leave you with both of these empty. I kind of wish these were just a little bit bigger. So here we have the standard measurements. You press 60 milliliters, you'll get 60 milliliters out, 120 and so on. You don't have to do that either. You can just press this manually like this and then stop it when you want. You also have the TDS meter. Now this is how much TDS is inside the tap water. We're gonna put that to the test and see if these numbers are accurate. And this is what the TDS is after the filtration. First, let's test out this though. You see there's a 110, 130, 150, 165, 185, and a 200 Fahrenheit button. Let's see how accurate these are. First, we'll go ahead and start with 110. A little bit off, but close. It's about, looks like 102. Now let's try 130. All right, that's pretty much right on the money. Now let's try 150. All right, very close, about 5 degrees off, sitting at around 145. Now let's try 165. That one is again 10 degrees off, coming close to 150. Let's try 185 now. So for 185, that's coming closer to 160. Finally, let's try 200. So for 200, that's closer to 170. So not all of these are super accurate, some more than others, but if you're just looking for a cup of hot water, should work. Let's test out the TDS. I got this nice little water reader. We're gonna measure the TDS in the tap water, in the filtered water. So it says that the source, the tap water, has 530 TDS. Let's see if that's correct. Well, not bad. I mean, it's in the 500 range, just like the R9 said it was. And as you can see, this meter flashes red when the water is not ideal for drinking. Now let's go ahead and do filtered water. It should be at 5. All right, so not quite 5, but still a humongous improvement. And as you can see, the meter is green, which shows that it's recommended for drinking. Now, on another note, since I've gotten this machine, I've been using it to water my plants, and they really have been flourishing with this type of filtered water. Particularly these. Some of these were looking like they were about to die, and since we started watering them with the R9, they've really sprouted up. So if you get one of these machines, you can always use it for that. Seems to make a big difference. So is it worth it? Well, that depends. It's definitely pricey compared to just a plain water filter. Jimmy Technologies did gift it to me. Would I have bought it on my own if they hadn't? I don't know, but I do know that now that I have it, I'm loving it. I even find myself drinking more water because of how clean it tastes. One thing that might help is if you check the link in my description, I do have a discount code available. If you have the money to spend, I would recommend it.